you need to make changes to your calendar, one simple way to do that is just to grab your student's name. Let's say pretend like Drew needs to be on the 14th instead of the 13th. You just select and drag. See what I did there? Just click and drag. That would be just for one change. Like if they tell you a day or two ahead of time, are you available at this time instead of that time? It's like a wonderful thing. But if you're really making a huge change, you start here. Let's say everything's fine up until the 13th, and then this student's going to go from Tuesday, Thursdays to Monday, Wednesdays. Okay, so two things you need to change, the day and the time. So let's select his name, go to the little editing tool right here. Okay, so let's say you know the time. Let's see, what did you say the time is going to be? It's going to be, okay, 4:30. So go ahead and do time change 4:30 and keep track of the AM and PM. Sometimes you can accidentally select the wrong one. 30 there. Now, this will be recurring, right? This is not just the one-time event, so make sure the right one is selected. Now, you can have it just go weekly like that, but sometimes here's another way. You can actually go ahead and select daily. Don't panic, okay? If he is twice a week, Monday and Wednesday, we want to deselect everything that we don't want, right? Okay, we don't want Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Then go down and hit save. And yes, you want the recurrence to continue. Now, if anything weird ever happens, like let's say you change the calendar, but some of the old days are still listed. Let's just, for example's sake, pretend like we want to delete all Wednesdays. Let's say Andrew is only going to meet with you on Mondays. First, you just select this and go to the little trash can and say delete event. Now pay attention to this. You can say this event. But if you want to delete this particular Wednesday plus any of the following Wednesdays ever, make sure you select this one and hit delete. Now, if you just want a paper trail, like you need the parent to know, then make sure you're selecting send email cancellation notices. Chances are, if you ever do tinker with the calendar, you and the parent have already been in touch and you know about it. You're certainly able to send an email, but if you feel like, oh, it's overkill because we just talked about it, don't worry about that. And then you just select delete. And then always check and say, hold on, check my calendar, check Tutorbird. Is everything accurate? Is everything up to date? Because you'll see, let's say on the 7th, you did meet with him at 7 p.m., but lo and behold, now on the 13th and 15th, things will change. Okay, always keep track. That's probably the hardest thing about doing this job is just making sure that your schedule aligns because you know how to teach. And as you teach, you get better and better at it anyway. But the calendar is really important because, see, if I delete any of these days, that means that they have a credit. Like if you delete the wrong day, that means you deleted a class that they've paid for. But anyway, we can talk more about it later.